Hey guys, so I want to do my first vlog on The Man Who Corrupted Hadleyburg by Mark Twain. I have never read this one. I've read a little bit of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain, but I've never read this one. And I kind of want to dive into just the kind of general idea of what Mr. Twain was trying to convey. And that's the issue of money. It's amazing how much money can affect... Sorry, there was something on the screen. How much money can affect a person or a relationship or a situation. Whenever money is brought into the equation, it changes everything. And one thing that kind of kept coming to mind as I was reading the story is there's a show on MTV called The Challenge. It used to be like the Real World Road Rules Challenge. Now it's just The Challenge. But anyway, the whole premise of the show is it's a reality show where competitors come in, and it's typically reoccurring cast members. Like that each competitor has been in more than one. So you kind of get to know them a little bit. But so they come in and they're all competing for money, for a grand prize. And sometimes it's, $125,000. Sometimes it's $300,000. It really just, it varies from challenge to challenge. But my point being is that in pretty much every single challenge that I've seen, and they're on season 27 now. I'm watching the one that's airing now. Well, not right now, but we are currently, my husband and I are watching the one that is currently airing. I've probably seen most of them, about 21 of them. But every single one, there's always a friend, two friends, or a group of friends where one of them feels like they've been stabbed in the back. And ultimately, it's because whoever stabbed them in the back, or, stabbed them in the back, wants to get to that final challenge so that they can compete for this big pile of money. And I think, what was I trying to say? Oh, right. So, money can do really crazy things to people. I mean, even here in this story where, some guy shows up at Mary Richards' house, which, first of all, why are you going to let a dude in your house? You're alone at home and he's got a big sack with him? No. No, thank you. But whatever, she lets him in the house and he comes in and he drops the sack and he said, where's your husband? She said, oh, he's out. Okay, well, I'll just leave this here and, see you later. There's a letter there too. Just check that out. Bye. And it turns out that there's $40,000 supposedly in this sack that this just random stranger just left behind the table or wherever it was that he left it behind something, wherever it was that he left it. And these are two of the most honest people in this town, Hadleyburg, and even they are tempted by this money. And it can happen to anybody, really. It's kind of an unfair thing to say, oh, well, they offended me and they treated me like crap. I'll show them. People are human. Think of it this way. How many times have you walked down the street and you see $1 on the floor? You pick it up, you put it in your pocket. Duh. You don't go around saying, hey, is this your dollar? Hey, is this your dollar? Now, I think most people would like to think that if they see somebody drop a dollar bill, that they'll pick it up and say, hey, you dropped this. I think most people would do that. I've seen a lot of people do that. I've never seen somebody, physically see somebody drop money and just take it. But the point is that it can happen to anybody. I think everybody in the world, including myself, has, a part of them that is susceptible to temptation. Obviously, nobody is perfect. But, I mean, I don't know. I really liked it. I liked the story a lot. And I mean, that's really what stuck out to me, was how money can change a person. It's just whether or not you allow it to, change you. That counts, because it's going to change you. It's going to change your perception. It's gonna change your attitude. Somebody who wins the lottery, I have heard stories of people winning the lottery, and then they're like the most miserable people in the world, because now they have all this money, and what are they gonna do with it? I mean, I don't know what that feels like. I would like to think that if I ever won the lottery, I wouldn't change. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I would probably spend it on, like, comic books and DVDs, stuff for my kid. Probably buy stuff for, like, my family, like my mom or my grandma. I would like to think that it wouldn't change me at all, but I don't know that. So I just wanted to say that that's really what stuck out to me, was this theme of how money can corrupt a person. Even the idea of money, because these people never even saw the money. They never saw it. The whole time in their head, they were like, oh my gosh, it's $40,000. Nobody knows it exists. Well, not really, because I went half-cocked and just went ahead and told Wilcox about it. But it's okay, because we'll totally figure out what the remark was. We totally will. And then it'll be ours. And we really deserve it. We need it. We're poor. But yeah, I don't really know where I was going with that whole rant I just did. But that's one thing theme-wise that stuck out to me with this story. And also what stuck out for me, this is almost 10 minutes long, so I'm really going to fast forward here. Okay, and the other thing that stuck out to me was the importance of being honorable and being honest to the Richards. Because, I mean, even in the beginning, on page 335, I think at this point, Edward had gone off to go talk to Wilcox, and Mary is left home with this giant bag of supposed money, and she's like looking at it and saying, like, lead us not into temptation, but we're so poor. Lead us not into temptation, but we need it. Lead us not into temptation, but I want it. Lead us not into temptation. And I mean, it's kind of a recurring thing with them. Like, they want the money, who wouldn't, but they also subconsciously know that it's wrong, and they feel terrible. And I mean, in the end, they go crazy and they die because of this whole thing. So yeah, that's my take on the man that corrupted Hadleyburg. And what a jerk. Like, he goes back and watches them, like, burn each other at the stake. Really? But, I mean, what are you going to do? I don't know what they did to him, because it didn't really go into what they did to him. It also didn't go into what Burgess did, which I guess is not really important, but I'm curious. I think I'm just nosy. I want to know what he did, or what he allegedly did. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I should mention, because I've got 1 minute left till 10 minutes. No, you know what? Whatever. Okay, it's 9 minutes long, so, all right. Okay, let's discuss. All right, bye, guys.